Hello, and welcome back to our second lesson on katakana. If you missed the previous lesson, please make sure to check it out on our channel. Alright, let's get started. This lesson is split up into 3 sections. In the first section, you will watch the strokes of each letter 3 times. Your job is to watch and learn from them. In the second section, you will learn the details of each letter. And in the last section, you will write along with the screen with your finger. This is sa. It has 3 strokes. 1, 2, and 3. The first stroke you start from the left, go across to the right, and end there. The second stroke you start from the top, and go straight downwards like this, and end there. The third stroke you start slightly to the right of the second stroke. Start from the top, go down like the second stroke, and end with a slash that cuts towards the bottom left. This is shi. It has 3 strokes. 1, 2, and 3. The first 2 strokes is much like the equal sign, except it's tilted slightly towards the right. The third stroke starts from the bottom, goes upwards towards the top right, and ends with a slash. This is su. It has 2 strokes. 1 and 2. The first stroke you start from the top left, cut across to the right, and then cut back downwards on a diagonal to the left, and end with a slash. The second stroke you start from the middle point of the last line you just drew, go diagonally down towards the right, and end there. This is se. It has 2 strokes. 1 and 2. In the first stroke you start on the left, go towards the right slightly on an upward angle, like this, and then end with a slash towards the bottom left. The second stroke you start from the top, go down, cross paths with the first stroke, keep going down, and curve towards the right, and end it there. This is so. It has 2 strokes. 1 and 2. The first stroke you start from the top left, go downwards like this, kind of on an angle towards the bottom right, and end there. The second stroke you start from the top right, draw a long line towards the bottom left, and end with a slash. Let's say aloud sashi seso 3 times out loud so that you won't forget. Ready? Go. Sashi seso. Sashi seso. Sashi seso. Good job. This is ta. It has 3 strokes. 1, 2, and 3. The first stroke you start from here, then you go down towards the bottom left like this and end with a slash. The second stroke, you start from the starting point of the first stroke, go to the right, and then cut down towards the bottom left, keep going, and end with a slash. The third stroke, you start from the midpoint of the first stroke and connect it with a straight line towards around the middle of the second stroke. This is chi. It has 3 strokes. 1, 2, and 3. The first stroke you start from here, then you go towards the left on a bit of an angle downward and end with a slash. The second stroke is a bit longer than the first stroke. You start from here, go across to the right, and end there. The third stroke, you start from around the midpoint of the first stroke, cross down, and cross with the middle part of the second stroke, keep going down, and end with a slash that curves towards the left. This is tsu. It has 3 strokes. 1, 2, and 3. The first stroke, you start from the top, then you go downwards on a bit of an angle towards the right, and end there. The second stroke is just like the first stroke, except we draw it a little bit to the left from the first stroke. The third stroke, you start from the top right, go across down to the bottom of the left, and end with a slash. This is te. It has 3 strokes. 1, 2, and 3. The first stroke, you start from here, go across to the right, and end there. The second stroke, you start a bit below the first stroke, and it's a bit longer, so you start from here, go across to the right, and end there. The third stroke, you start from the midpoint of the second stroke, go down, and end with a slash that curves towards the left. This is to. It has 2 strokes. 1 and 2. The first stroke, you start from the top, go straight down, and end there. The second stroke, you start from around the midpoint of the first stroke, and then you draw a line towards the right that's a bit of an angle towards the bottom, and end there. Let's say tachi tsute to 3 times out loud so that you won't forget. Ready? Go. Tachi tsute to. Tachi tsute to. Tachi tsute to. Good job. If you learned something new or you enjoyed the lesson, please hit the like button and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. Thank you.